Squirrel Army! It's time to talk about White Sun's Twilight. You can join the Squirrel Army by subscribing. So, for X double white, as a sorcery, we gain X life, and we create X 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature tokens with Toxic 1. This creature can't block. If X is 5 or more, we destroy all other creatures. So we kind of get a Martial Coup style of an effect once we get to 5 or more. I don't know whether we need to get to 5 or more on this one, though certainly that option is there and we can do that as well. Though this time I do feel like this one can sort of pay for itself without getting to 5. For the most part, because you gain life and you get those mirrors or mites. And yeah, that's all right. Certainly, again, I'm not too thrilled with that, but if you're in a decently lower power deck, I wouldn't think that it's terrible. But then, once you start saying that it's tacked on to this Martial Coup effect where it's a board wipe after 5, then it starts becoming a bit better. And I do think if you're looking at it as a replacement Martial Coup, I think that it's way better. Even if the tokens can't block, Toxic 1 isn't that big of a thing, really. But it's still an upgrade for the most part, I would think. And also just gaining life. That can help you stabilize when you're a bit behind or you've taken a bit of damage and whatnot, and you do need to wipe the board and you do need to recover and you do need time to recover, so gaining some life isn't terribly a bad idea. So yeah, I do think that it can find its place out there as a Martial Coup replacement. In fact, I would just replace Martial Coup if you're running it and run this instead, because the upside of gaining life plus you get things with Toxic 1 is probably just way better, even if they can't block. So yeah, I think just the upsides on this over Martial Coup probably are there. So there's not a lot of decks that run it, I don't think. Oh, actually, I just looked and it was about 28,000 decks actually run or over 28,000 decks run Martial Coup. So that's a lot of decks. So I do think that those 28 decks could just be playing this instead. So yeah, but I'm certain that there's a lot of people that won't switch or whatnot because they don't understand new cards exist or don't believe in changing things or whatever and things like that. That's fine if you want to stick with old things. And some people don't change it in their list because, well, can't be bothered, whatnot, changing it and whatnot. It's been there, it's stayed the same, and it'll stay the same until I can be bothered because I've got other things to do, but whatever. That is what it is, and it's another thing for another day, I guess, for the most part. But I still think that it is worth your time if you're running that, but otherwise it could be a strictly better option than that if you are thinking about putting it in your deck. But you guys can always let me know what you guys think of this card, any other cards you want to discuss. Write your thoughts down there in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed this one and hope to catch you in the next one.